the sun is going to come out. The sun is not there. There's nothing physical in the sky. There's no radiation yet. But that rooster has the intuition, the binah, to say, I know it's coming. That's called intuition. That little brain, which is this big, has this magnificent gift of binah, intuition. Binah is a magnificent gift to see what's not there. By the way, women excel in this more than men. And that's why the Gemara says one's supposed to listen to one's wife about the character of a guest. You bring somebody home, and you say, looks like a great guy, and she says, I don't trust him. You say, why not? Something is bothering me. You're supposed to listen to him. Because that's intuition. It's a very important type of wisdom. The rooster possesses that. So you know why we make a blessing over that rooster every morning? First blessing? When we hear the rooster crow, ideally when we would hear the rooster crow, and we say, my gosh, Hashem, you created a little rooster that has this magnificent wisdom called intuition, with a brain this big. What about me? I have wisdom, I have chokhmah, I have bin, I have das. I can get up in the morning and I can create and I can speak and I can produce. I can go to work and I can accomplish. My brain is functioning so beautifully. It's really a blessing over one's own brain. We look at the rooster to appreciate what we have. If I should make a blessing of the little rooster because it has intuition, I should bless my brain, a human brain that can produce an iPhone. It's really a blessing over our own minds. Now the difficulty is this. Sometimes the cat eats the rooster. Who's the cat? Who's that voice in your brain that wants to create doubts? Who's the voice in the brain that wants you to make you feel like a failure? Who's that voice in your head that wants you to doubt that HaKadosh Baruch Hu exists? Yetzirah. The Yetzirah is always compared to the cat. Because cats are sneaky. Chatul in Hebrew. Chitulim means windy, like this. Cats have 9 lives. They're nice. I like cats. I grew up with cats. But they're sneaky. It's the metaphor for the Yetzirah. Sometimes the Yetzirah wants to attack the rooster, attack the brain, and we have to be ready for it. What does that mean, attack? Well, the Yetzirah likes to work really, it uses the same language over and over again. Its favorite language is, you're a failure. It loves that language. Second favorite language is, how do you know? How do you know it's real? How do you know it's true? Loves that language. Create doubt. Just create a little bit of safek, a little bit of doubt. You know, it says that Avraham Avinu was on the way to do the Akedah, to sacrifice Yitzchak, and the Yetzirah, the Satan, the same spiritual energy, wanted to stop him. And what did he say to him? He said to him something very simple. He said to him, in Hebrew, he said to him, Saba, which means like grandpa. It's the same plane, by the way, I checked. Whenever I get to this important part of my speech, it comes right back. Yeah. He says to him, Saba, in the language of the sages over there, he says, Saba, ata mishuga? You know what mishuga means in Hebrew? Are you out of your mind? Hashem gives you a son and 100, you're going to kill him. You know what Avram's response was, by the way? Avram says, Afal Pikain, nonetheless. Meaning, I'm not going to engage you in argument, because if I engage you, you're going to win. We have to know how to deal with the cat. Sometimes we have to say, I'm not a failure. There's plenty I can accomplish. Just because I did something wrong, that doesn't define me. I'm not defined by what I did. I'm creating the image of Hashem. That's what defines me. So I did something wrong. Okay. I'm not perfect. I have free choice. Big free choice means we'll make mistakes. We have to know how to respond. Or sometimes we have to say, I'm just not talking to you. You know, for example, you want to get up early in the morning. You know, we have this, every morning we have the struggle. The voice that says inside our head, maybe you should sleep 10 more minutes. If you try to argue with that voice, it's very hard to win. You'll feel better, you won't get sick, you'll be nice with your wife, nice with your husband. This is what I talk about marriage, folks. It's hard. So he says like this, so understand that the cat is always working against the rooster. The Yetzirah is always working against the mind, And we have to prepare ourselves to say that even when things happen in our lives that we don't understand, Hashem, I'm fortified. I know that everything you do is love, and I'm going to be ready for it. I'm going to work on these ideas beforehand to say, Hashem, everything is for the best. Everything is you. Everything is good. And therefore, when something happens, the cat's not going to come along and just wipe us out and cause us to be depressed and discouraged. We're prepared. And finally, sometimes the wind blows out the candle. What's that a metaphor for? That's a metaphor of the following. What? Beautiful. The wind means ruach. Ruach in Hebrew means wind. It's the same word in Hebrew as ruchniut, spirituality. It represents in this metaphor the idea of Hashem, the spirit of Hashem, so to speak. The candle represents the neshama, the soul. Sometimes Hashem blows out the candle. Why would Hashem blow out the candle? What does that mean? You know what it means? It means like this. You know, a person will come back from Israel, come back from yeshiva or seminary, and will say to me the following. They'll always say the following speech: Rabbi, when I was at seminary, when I was in yeshiva, I felt so close to Hashem. I felt so alive, so spiritually connected. I come back now and I feel dead. I feel empty. I feel like I'm in the dark. So you know what my answer is to that? I know they're going to say that. You know why? Because the way Hashem works with us in this world, first He comes close to us. He lets us feel His warmth. And He lets us feel His presence. He lets us feel the glow and the warmth of that candle. The neshama begins to shine. And the warmth of the neshama just fills us. We feel so connected. Right when we feel so warm, you know what Hashem does? He blows out the candle. And now we're in the darkness. You know why Hashem does that? Because the real relationship with Hashem must be built in a place where we can't see Him. In other words, when we feel the warmth, it's easy to love Hashem. It's when we feel cold and dark, we have to work harder. We have to say, what do I really believe? Do I really believe this is true? Do I really believe that Hashem is there? Do I really believe Hashem loves me? Do I really believe there's a Torah that's given on our Sinai? What do I believe? We have to do that from darkness, because then we really define what we believe. So right at the point where we feel so warm, where the candle lightens up our lives and we feel that flame, it's going to last like this forever, Hashem blows out the candle and we feel so dark, so just empty. But you know, if Hashem didn't do that, we would never really develop a real relationship with Him. I'll give you an example. For example, when you teach children to walk, so what you do with little children is you hold them by the hand. Take these little children, your little babies, the 2.5, 1.5, they'll start getting up. What do you do as parents? Take the little hands and they start walking. 1 step, 2 steps. And you're holding their hands, and you know what those little children are doing? They're smiling from ear to ear. They're so delighted that they went from the crawling position to walking. And it's like a new world, new opportunity, new possibility. But you know what we do as good parents right there? Right when they're smiling and so content, what do? We let go. And you know what the child does? He shakes in terror. I was so secure, and now I'm so vulnerable. But as parents, what do we know? If we didn't let go, he would never grow. He'd never learn to walk. That's what it means Hashem blows out the candle. He fills our lives with light and warmth, but then steps back. Where are you? I don't get it, Hashem. I'm dark. I'm so cold. Is it real? Do the real work now. And discover that Hashem is really there. And by the way, right when we feel Hashem won't come back, all of a sudden the light comes back. More light again. This is the way Hashem deals with us. These are the difficulties we face in saying everything that Hashem does is for the best. Sometimes the donkey is eaten by the lion. Sometimes the Yetzer Hara attacks the brain, the mind, with ideas that are false and confuses us. And sometimes Hashem Himself blows out the candle. We have to be prepared for all 3 possibilities always. And therefore, anytime anything happens, We say, Hashem, of it. Everything you do is for the best. If we could build that muscle of understanding at every point in our life, we'll be ready to face the challenges. And that's why it says in the story, Rabbi Akiva wasn't captured. The enemy couldn't capture him. What does that mean? Life circumstances weren't able to overwhelm him. Who was he talking to? There was nobody else there. The town was captured. There were no other people. You know who he was talking to? He was talking to his life's difficulties. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you all along everything is for the good? I'm ready for it. That's Rabbi Akiva. And this story is so important, and I don't know why. Because this is the ultimate story in Rabbi Akiva's life. 24,000 students, his life's work in 33 days ends. And now he's to start again. Where did he get that resilience, that resistance, the courage to keep going? It was a lifetime of work. And the preparation that we have to be doing in our life is to be alert. Understand, yes, sometimes the body's going to be in pain. Sometimes the mind is going to be confused. And sometimes the Hashem himself is going to distance himself from us. But if we could train ourselves to constantly say, everything Hashem does is for the good, we can win, we can succeed. We could beat life's difficulties. And we could rise to the occasion. And hopefully bring out the Rabbi Akiva in ourselves. My blessing to everybody really is that, number one, you have no difficulties in your life. I wish I could give you that blessing. I really do. But we're going to have difficulties. That's part of life. That's the way Hashem created this world. But the real blessing that I want to give you and myself and my wife and all of us is that we should have the awareness and the realization and the understanding of what the test is. And have the fortitude to look in the eye and say, I know it's a test. And have the courage to keep going and to keep pushing forward. And as Hashem, we could do that. We'll have those beautiful lives that Hashem wants us to have. As Hashem will raise a family that shares those values. As Hashem, we should influence the entire class with that. By doing so, as Hashem, we should really have a beginning of us. Kolos bias mishek ne'ovi amen.
Amen. Thank you so much for that class. You know, we get it twice a week. It comes like this. We usually the lotus and the fruit. We usually want to have like a barbecue. I don't have it either. Right. Guys, there's some steaks coming. I know you guys are hungry, right? Some steaks, and then we have some dessert. And then we're going to have a little bit of a tar by the fire. I added some more wood.
That's with sauce, and then this is without sauce. Sauce? Never played stuff. Nope.
The beer between
Good? Yeah? You're not